Okay, now we're good. We're good. All right, we should be good. Live on the audio. Uh, so yeah, let me get out this menu. So we're playing GTA, and I have started us on a rampage. Now, if I had been recording previously or had the Elgato on, you would have seen that I started this by slaying many people, and I did that because I was watching yet another video, like probably the fifth of the day, where somebody tries to attach the Navy Yard shooting to video games. This one was intelligent as it related it back to Grand Theft Auto 5. Little did anyone apparently report that GTA 5 was not out on Monday, so it's pretty impossible. I mean, yes, some people played it early, but it's pretty unlikely that he played it early and then decided to go shoot at a bunch of people. So, I feel like I do this video like once a month, where I have to talk about video games and whether or not they cause people to be violent psychopaths. And I usually try to speak from experience, that I'm not a violent psychopath. I have some crazy thoughts, and they're probably pretty terrible, but I don't act on any of them. So, as I was listening to this, I remembered I was watching the news this morning, and somebody said that there's a scene in Grand Theft Auto where you torture someone. I'll just say that. Sorry, spoiler, a little bit of a spoiler, but I won't explain it past that. So, yeah, there's that scene, and they were talking about how like it was going to stir up controversy or whatever. And without going into detail, because I can't without spoiling it, I will say that they failed to explain why you were doing it at all. And I mean, I'm not going to say that the reasons were justified. But what I will say is that a lot of things in Grand Theft Auto and in Rockstar's games are kind of a joke about America, their government, just like their habits. Like, Life Invader is Facebook in this game. Like, it's a joke about how Facebook invades your entire life. Like, they have a lot of stuff is like that, and the torture is kind of poking. I don't know if you can poke fun at torture, but basically, when we said that like torture is unacceptable, yet we were doing it, under George Bush and all that shit, and we probably still do it. We just say we don't. So, they failed to mention that, and with this whole like the shooting, was caused by video games, or all these shootings have been caused by video games. The part they always don't mention, which I find odd, and I find like, I don't know if the news just doesn't like to, like, I just ran that guy over. Do I plan on going to run someone over in the near future? No. I don't even, I know it's probably disgusting to say you don't even think about what you're doing, but I don't think about, like, the fact that I'm murdering people and go, oh yeah, I'm murdering people. I'm just driving and they happen to get hit. Like, it's not like, oh, let me kill this guy. Rawr. Like, it's not what I do. I did it there, but that was for dramatic effect, motherfuckers. But they fail to always mention, oh, my car is totally fucked. We're going to be in trouble now. I don't want to get out here because there's no vehicles nearby. But they fail to mention that a lot of the country plays video games. So it's hard to tie, the act of killing someone to video games when a lot of people play video games. That's like tying it to people who eat pizza. Like, there's so many people who eat pizza. You can't possibly say that they have anything to do with each other, because most of the time, okay, now we're fucked, but most of the time you're going to find that a lot of people you run into do the thing that you're accusing of being the problem. So it's hard for me to understand when you say that stuff, how you're making that connection, because it's a common thing. It's like people who watch movies. A lot of people watch movies, a lot of people play video games. Okay, we're in trouble. I'm going to die here, probably. Alright, this car's not even going to move. Okay, well, we're dead. So, yeah. I drove us into a trap here. I need to get to that cop car, but I need to take out these cops. Alright, you know what? We're going to switch it up. We're going to run and gun. Alright, we're good. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Go. Get out of here. Oh, no. That was so easy. I thought that was a road for some reason. Okay, alright, we're free. But they always don't mention how, like, common it is to find people who play video games. It's not this, small percentage of people anymore that play video games. And to say that just because they're violent has any effect, like, I'm not going to say that violence, like, I don't know, because I even feel, I was about to say, like, if you were never exposed to these things, you wouldn't do them, but people for thousands of years have been exposed to murder and rape and all these things that people now, like, attribute to video. What the fuck? And, oh, god damn, really? But they, like, attribute to these things, and it's like, I don't see the connection, because forever they've been doing them, and you can't say that they're more prevalent now. Shootings are more prevalent because the guns are better, and, when you can put a clip in, fire off 30 rounds in, a couple seconds, you're going to do a whole hell of a lot more damage than if you're, like, loading individual bullets and, popping it off. Like, it's just, it's a stupid thing to try to connect the two, because they don't make sense together alone. Obviously there are people who, might play a game and be like, for some reason, twisted in their head to go shoot people. But at the same time, you can't say that they're only games. Like, that a movie couldn't do that, or, even school talking about, like, World War II or, like, the Civil War. Like, they did some pretty fucked up shit, okay? Like, they were not, fucking just teddy bears and shit. And, like, I'm not gonna go do this in the street because I just shot that guy in a car. Like, it's not gonna happen. These people. Yep, you're dead. Well, he's not actually dead, but, I'm not gonna go do that just because I did it in a game. And it aggravates me that they never tell the full story. Like, they never explained, the torture scene. They never seem to understand that a lot of people play games. A lot of video games happen to be violent, but for the amount of people who play them and the amount of people who go out and shoot people, it's not. You can't say that that's the results. You could, like, do a study on how angry people get. Just you get 1,000 people. You can't then say that they all drink water. Like, okay, yes, they all drink water. What does that have to do with this? Like, there's nothing about water that would make you believe that it caused them to be angry. What are you going to say? It doesn't have enough flavor so they get pissed off? Like, if you get a bunch of people, you get millions and millions of people, chances are one of them's going to do whatever you're trying to find. And chances are more than one of them's going to do whatever you're trying to find. But it doesn't mean that that thing they were doing has anything to do with the other. And it aggravates me because it's like basic, journalism to do these things, like to know what the scene in the video game was about and to know, or to even, like, at least suggest to your audience that there may be two sides to this, and the two sides being that a lot of people play video games, I think Rockstar has made 800 million or something already on GTA on the first day, and I don't know how many copies that is, but that's millions of copies sold. Now, millions of people are not going out and shooting. Like, that's just not happening. And the other part that I know people hate, and I'm not saying take your guns away, but millions of people around the world buy this game, and around the world there aren't millions of shootings. We happen to have a ton of guns in the country, and if you really think they're related, stop giving people guns. Like, or at least, like, this guy, they say he was hearing voices in his head, and he was able to legally buy a shotgun. Like, that doesn't make any sense, man. And I'm showing you how to take this jet, maybe, if we'll get in it. There we go. We're ready to take off this motherfucker. But, I guess I'm done ranting about that. I just wanted to point out that just because people all do something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has anything to do with what they're doing. Because plenty of people eat pizza, plenty of people drink water. Just because some guy goes out and rapes someone after he ate pizza does not mean that he got pissed off at the pepperoni. And I'm going to try to take this off over the grass because I'm just really bad at this, getting it going straight. Da-da-da-da. And you know that they're going to say Grand Theft Auto allows you to recreate 9/11. You know somebody's going to do that, and I'm thinking of that now as I'm flying this plane. And I'm going to attempt not to hit anything with it. But earlier, I was trying to land it on like a highway. I hit the burger place sign, and that was the end of me on the highway. So yeah, I'm going to finish up this video now. I'm just going to wrap it by giving a few thoughts on the game. I've played 20-some odd percent now, probably around 25% of the main story. I haven't done too much exploring. Like, I went exploring for a bit earlier, and there was this part of the map, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? There's all this shit that I haven't even seen yet, because I just, like, put the marker and was like, because that part of the map wasn't done yet, meaning I hadn't been there, so I was like, let's go look at it, and it's like this wind farm and all these highways and roads, and it was just insane. And it makes you realize just how big this game really is. And, you know, so I think I like the game. At times it gets onto that same thing that bothers me about open world games in general. But I'm going to say Rockstar games just because this is a Rockstar game and a lot of their games are open world. Where I feel like sometimes I'm playing fetch. Like, go get me this thing, go do this thing, go do that thing. And a lot of it feels repetitive in a way that's not good. Like, you know, you play The Last of Us or Bioshock. And Bioshock, the repetitive nature of the combat really did get on my nerves. The Last of Us, not so much. And they're more like, you know, they're obviously pretty linear. And The Last of Us, definitely. Bioshock, pretty linear. And so you kind of are driven on a path that's sort of set up. And in this game, you kind of go drive here and then you go drive there. But sometimes I feel like I'm driving here and I'm shooting all these people, but there's no real purpose to it other than just something, you know, we did a drug deal and I had to shoot these people or whatever. And, you know, that's fine. But I always have a problem in games where there's, to me, meaningless violence. And I know that counteracts almost my argument about the fact that games aren't a problem. But it aggravates me when I'm just shooting a bunch of people. And it doesn't aggravate me because I don't like murdering people or something. Not that also sounds terrible. But it aggravates me because I just feel like there's no reason. You know, like, there's no purpose to their murder. And like that there couldn't possibly be all these people, you know? Like, it aggravates me on almost a realism level. Like, why are there so many people? And I want to try to land this plane without causing massive chaos. Da-da-da-da, jumbo jet landing in the desert land. That was a pretty smooth landing. Don't hit that building. Stop. No. Alright. Success. Landed the jet. Where are we? Like, I don't even know where we are. Like, see what I'm talking about in this game? There's so much shit you will never know where you are. Do you want to talk to me, sir? Because I think you do. Is that my dog? Or does it just look an awful lot like my dog? What are you going to do? Are you going to go get my plane, fucker? What are you doing? Where you at? Where you at, dog? Where you at? But overall, I like the game a lot. It's an improvement on GTA 4. The graphics for this game, like, they're not amazing. Like, there's been better graphics in games, but for this hardware to do this game is beautiful and amazing. On a scale as large as it is, for it to be this pretty, it's amazing. And it's always what worries me about the next-gen consoles, like, every time, is that, you know, when they work with the same console for a while, they do learn how to do it. And I'm sorry about your puppy. Is your puppy mad at me? Yes, he is. Okay. But, no witnesses. But I know, I'm not helping my murderous cause here. But, you know, they learn how to work with that hardware so well that they make it do things that it normally wouldn't be able to do if they were just going from hardware to hardware like they do on PC. And so I'm always worried when we're about to go to next gen, like, that now they have to basically start over from scratch and relearn everything. And so things are going to be a little shaky because, like, The Last of Us is beautiful. This game is beautiful. I never played Bioshock on consoles. I played it on PC, so I don't know. But they make such beautiful games on hardware that really is dated, like, bad. And so I always get worried going to next gen. It's like, we're going to have to start learning everything again. But it does have the potential to be amazing. Since I haven't finished the game, and I definitely haven't done everything there is to do, I'm not going to give a final review score, and I also hate review scores because I feel like we never use enough of the scale. Like 5 should be average on a scale of 10, and 7 tends to be average, and like anything below a 7 is garbage, which to me defeats the purpose of the scale if none of the numbers are being used except 7, 8, 9, and 10, and even 10's rare. I'm not going to give it a 10 because I haven't played it all, so I can't give it a 10. Not gonna give this is because if I was doing the review, I'd do it with my scale, which would make this probably like an 8 so far because I haven't finished it, which to me would be an amazing game because most games would get a 4. How did I get in the plane? I didn't even have my hand on the controller. Well, I guess we're flying again. Can I leave this here? I can't park it in that hangar. All right, you know what? We're not getting this plane because I can't get that. It's not gonna back up fast enough. But you know, what was I saying? So the score I'd give, if I was using the critics' scales, it's probably a 9. If I was using my scales right now, it's an 8. But it's definitely in contention for my game of the year. It is amazing, and for an open world game to look this pretty, be this big, and this the attention to detail with, you know, very little things like, you know, the way people interact on the street, you know, the way, like, you can literally see them flip you off. Oh, God. I was hoping we could get out of here without having combat. Bitch-ass motherfucker, you gonna get yourself killed. Would you go away? Thank you. But, yeah, it's an amazing game. You should definitely buy it if you haven't. And then online's going to be even more amazing. I'm really amped for that. My game of the year right now is The Last of Us. Infinite's combat annoyed me too much to give it game of the year. I think story-wise I would want to give it game of the year, but as an overall package I wasn't too thrilled. The Last of Us at times bothered me with this gameplay, but not nearly as much. I always felt like it was better to shoot through than sneak through, and even though they were supposed to have me sneaking through, and I was on the hardest difficulty, so ammo was pretty scarce. But yeah, so I gave The Last of Us a 9, I think, or so. I gave BioShock a 9. So this is probably right around there. I haven't got too deep in the story. Once I finish the story is when I'll really know. So far, the story to me is like Rockstar game stories where there's so many people doing many different things that I haven't quite been able to grasp the whole story, but I've played through the beginning part twice because I put it on another console. And I had to play through that beginning part again, and the part I gathered finally from that I didn't understand before made me appreciate the story more. So far I'm liking it. So far it's good. I'm going to stop talking, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Wait, should we kill someone? Should we kill someone to finish off the video games? So, I've been playing a lot of video games lately. I feel pretty violent. And, this motherfucker gonna get popped in the dome. And now I have proven everything the news has told me. And this motherfucker about to run me over. Oh, okay. Still got me. I was trying to get him